Today was a big day in the West, and instead of writing about it, we're going to talk about it in this short, detailed video. We'll start off with the trial of TSAV, which was set to begin today on October 3rd in Vancouver's BC Supreme Court. It's crazy because all of this information that the trial will be presenting us has been known for so long. It's just being essentially verified now. Tyrell was raised alongside 5 other siblings in a very challenging environment in which he had no father. Could this have all been the reason as to why he transitioned into a serial killer? That we will never know, but what we do know is that he continues to maintain his innocence and has pled not guilty to all charges. The only reason we don't expect to see TSAV walk away from this is because there's someone that is going to be testifying against him, and that someone was also involved in both of the homicides. We're going to talk about RK's hit first and how TSAV carried out the 100K hit on Gavin Greywall's order. It was always surprising, especially considering how he released a GK jail call in which he talks about his brother being smoked by the half-Asian, half-black demon. But what caught us is the fact that the Kangs had no clue that they were being slimed, and it was so well planned that TSAV had even attended the Kang Thanksgiving dinner just weeks prior to the hit. We all know by now that SK was plotting inside with Jamie Bacon, and when GG and the BK boys got word RK and GK's lives were in jeopardy, they were told to meet at Bolivar Park in Surrey, and it was too late for them to realize it was a setup. For someone like TSAV, his loyalty to the guys that got him out of the poverty-ridden life he always knew was more important than a friendship with the Kangs. He executed RK and would have done GK too if he hadn't escaped into the bushes. Before we get into Mully's homicide, here's a song that TSAV tributed to GG. PGG.
This is my life. I sold a lot of dope, so my wrist is all ice. They wanna kill me, they wanna live my life. I'd have done a lot of dirt, I earned my stripes. Opposition snitching, talking on the...
Less than a year later, TSAV made probably the biggest mistake in his life when he mistaked Jagveer Mully for his brother in Amrit Mully. Even though he got paid 100K for the RK hit, we don't know if he ended up getting paid the 30K that was offered on Amrit Mully, and that's because he made a mistake. Him and his sidekick at the time, Rohit, were tailing a vehicle in which they believed Amrit was driving, but it turns out that it was a younger brother who was driving the vehicle, and he was the one who caught the bullets instead. This time, the killers had an even more devised plan, and TSAV hit Mully's vehicle on purpose to make it seem like a minor collision. When Mully got out of the vehicle to exchange papers for what he believed was just a random accident, he was riddled with bullets. Our next incident that we want to cover was the shooting in Richmond that took the life of one UN gangster and injured another. Although we don't have the details that we usually like to share with you guys, we will be active on the shooting and we will keep you guys updated in the next coming days. For now, all we know is that it was targeted and the shooting took place outside of a residence. And our last story that we are going to cover is the homicide of Kiran Dhesi and its new updates that revolve around the family of Harjot Deal. Long story short, Dio killed his girlfriend 5 years ago when she came to his house for dinner. He said he shot her by accident, and then the story got really twisted when his entire family basically helped him cover the murder up. They went to the extent of removing all evidence, including home security cameras that the Dio family had installed, and much more, including the weapon and mattress. They even burned her remains in her vehicle that she had drove over to the house, and the family had nothing but ashes to look at. It really is tragic, and now that the family isn't going to be paying for their actions, Harjot definitely deserves the most time his manslaughter charge is entitled to.